what I want to do is, I'll tell you a bit about our group in a moment. We at Hereford, we call ourselves wealth managers because that's what we do. We look after your wealth, and that's everything from your life insurance right through to your investments, your company products, your short-term insurance. So it's not just selling an insurance policy. I'm a shareholder in the Marisburg branch of Hereford, but I want to just tell you some stories. I think this is the most important thing about what I do, and these stories are not meant to scare you, but they are meant to give you a bit of food for thought. First thing I want to ask you is, everybody woke up this morning, all happy? Might have a sore back, might have had a bad night, yesterday was a bad day, had a fight with your husband, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whatever it might be. But you're here, you're up, everything's fine. No life-changing event happened to you in the night or this morning or yesterday. In May 2010, a 51-year-old financial advisor went in for a routine operation. It went a bit pear-shaped. He ended up in an induced coma for 6 days, ICU for 26 days, a general ward for 5 days, didn't work for the rest of 2010. Medical bills, 850,000 Rand. Loss of income over 250k. Okay. The financial advisor in 2010 was me. It happened to be 850 grand worth of medical bills. Fortunately, my wife negotiated with all the doctors so that my medical aid, which paid 200% of the scheme rate, is what the doctors charge me, including the anaesthetist, who will charge up to 500%. Okay, so people be very aware of your medical aids. Medical aids are not all what they're made out to be. They are a good thing to have, but you need to have the right one for your needs. If they say they pay out 200%, it's 200% of their scheme rate, not what the doctor charges. Because the doctor can charge up to 500%, which is why you need gap cover, which is going off the market, but it hasn't gone off the market yet. If it does, I'll just shift the goalposts and you have another type of gap cover. My medical bills, as I said, were 850,000. My loss of income for those 10 months was over, I haven't really quantified it, but it was over 250k that I lost because I didn't work. You know, like most of you here that aren't on salaries, with respect to those of you that are, those of us that don't work for salary, wake up in the morning, we are unemployed. So it's my job to get up and see people and tell them what I do. So what I want to say to you is, if your financial advisor or a person speaks to you like these things you see on the television, and they're not giving you advice. When you phone a call center, all they're doing is taking an order. You phone them and say, I need $1 million for life cover because you told me it's 220 Rand a month. Okay, and you buy it. How do you know you need $1 million? You don't. You might think you need $1 million, but in fact you might only need 800,000, or you might need 1.5 million. Because they don't tell you about your estate duties, they don't tell you about your executives fees, they don't tell you about the costs of winding up your estate, and if you're over 3.5 million Rand that you might have estate duties, and if you're under 3.5 million Rand you won't, and you've got to pay 3.5% to the attorneys or the executives to wind up your estate. All those little things are not taught to you. Okay, so you sit and you buy this policy, and then when you go to claim, they then underwrite you again. They call for the medical reports. Because all that guy on the phone does is he asks you the question. He says, have you had any of the following? Yes, no. But you forget that in 1998, you broke your big toe, but you didn't tell them about it. Effectively, that is non-disclosure, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't tell them the simplest thing, it's non-disclosure. And insurance companies can, and some of them will, not pay out for non-disclosure. Okay, so at Hereford, we have a different approach. We're a holistic company. We look at the whole concept of your insurance plan from A to Z. What I call the kitchen table stuff, which is the husband, wife and 2 children. You go and see them at their home and you discuss their financial planning, what they need for their children into the future, whether they need life cover, whether they need disability, how to quantify how much you need. Because the thing is, it's easy to say, well, I need R1 million because I've got R1 million of debt. But if you're a young family with 2 kids that have got to go through to university to age 25, for example, you need to provide that amount of money for 25 years if your kid has just been born. Or if it's 5 years old, you're going to provide for 20 years. And this thing about, well, I don't want my spouse to have all this money and then his new or her new spouse then gets my bucks. That's a lot of rubbish. Because if you go to somebody like Barnes Company, who we have partnered with T&J from Thomas and Newton James, they will do a will for you. And in that will, we will set up a trust in terms of the will in the event of death for monies to go into to provide for your children, so that the new spouse doesn't come in and nick your money. Because that's a fallacy, ladies and gentlemen, that the spouse will do that. Okay? So it's so important that you have this advice when you are buying your policies. Okay, so the cornerstone of our business is placing emphasis on your needs. Okay, I will sit with you. If I see you, I will either do a financial needs analysis, which is the personal one, or I'll do a business needs analysis. I will offer you the widest range of products. We are a Liberty-centric company, Liberty Life-centric, but we have in-house brokers. So if you're adamant that you don't like Liberty Life, we can give you Discovery or Momentum or Sandland or whatever. Okay, we like the Liberty product. We're their biggest distributor. We are an independent distribution channel for Liberty Life. We're not just a franchise. Okay, so we can offer you more. We can offer you finances, your investments. We have an investment department. I can do any investment from 100 Rand a month to 100 million Rand. We can do that. So if you've got 100 million bucks, please come see the office. Some knock down. All right, so let me quickly just tell you what we do. Investments, business assurance, and that's your buy.